Dating Wrapped, and this one's a little bit different because it is coming from a first-time dater since ending a 17-year relationship. Here's some trauma. How many first dates were planned? 16. However, how many first dates actually happened? Only 11. So math. 5 dudes managed to give me the ick before the first date even happened.
Wow. That's amazing.
You know, I can't even begin to imagine the sheer amount of delusion it takes to think that your life is so amazing that you believe people are interested in your dating life, or lack thereof apparently. This is a whole new level of self-absorption that humanity was never supposed to witness. This woman decided that not only was she going to log every single dating event in a ledger, she decided that creating a corporate seminar PowerPoint presentation was the most efficient way to go. And come to think of it, I've actually seen corporate seminar slideshows that were significantly better than this. So by doing this, you've already proven that you're less stimulating than a corporate seminar. So it's really no wonder why only 16 guys wanted to sleep with you in the course of a year.
Of the 11 guys, pretty much all of them were from dating apps. There was one blind date that snuck in there that a friend set up for me. 2 from Stir. Stir is the dating app for single parents. Would not recommend. And then most were from Hinge. This is how long they all lasted. About 50% of them, just 1 date. 1 squeaked in 3 dates. And then 2 guys got 4+ dates. We had 1 activity date, which I actually really liked the activity date. Didn't really like the guy, but the activity was super fun. A few coffee dates and 5 dinner dates. I feel like in the first half of dating, again, first time ever dating in my entire life, I was a nervous wreck and I wanted an easy out in case things got awkward. But second half of the year, I was a seasoned vet and I feel like I knew it was lunch or dinner date or nothing, because I realized my future long-term partner, commitment issues, he's gonna like me enough to want to feed me.
Nobody cares what you think.
Here's a harsh truth that modern women simply refuse to believe. It is not a good thing if you are a seasoned vet when it comes to dating men. Really is a simple numbers game. The more men you date, the less value you have, because you've shown that you're either A, a relentless mooch, B, you're a terrible judge of character, and or C, you're completely selfish and not willing to take the man's feelings into account in any of this. Going out to lunch and dinner costs a lot of money, and I'm assuming you're expecting that man to pay for your overpriced chicken salad and Long Island iced tea. And when you're not willing to pay your share of the tab, then you have no business feeling entitled to a dinner date when you first meet a guy. Something called common courtesy, and it's something you clearly lack.
However, nothing is a failure as long as you learn something from it. Except for the dude that I was starting to really like until I found his Instagram. Yeah, so I guess I learned I need to background check these dudes sooner rather than later. That's crazy! On to the positives, which I always like to focus on more. 2 of these guys booked me massages, which was very relaxing in unrelaxing times. 1 hot air balloon ride, which was a bucket list item. Super grateful for that. Then an even cooler bucket list item, not that we're comparing, but if we're comparing, going to Harry Potter World in Florida is definitely cooler. Being able to commiserate was really fun. I only dated single dads, so being able to talk about how much it sucks to be a single parent is kind of nice. Then last, and I feel like most important, I learned a ton, not only about myself. Some of these guys were really freaking smart, especially once I strayed away from the scary type.
Nobody cares, Sean. Nobody cares.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, you weren't dating to try to find a romantic bond, you were manipulating simps into giving you things. And there is a difference, because no self-respecting man worth his weight in salt is going to pay for your massages, hot air balloon rides, or a trip to Harry Potter land unless you've been together for quite some time. Simply because self-respecting men have more important things to do with their money than try to woo a single mom with trust issues. You're simply not worth that kind of scratch, sweetheart, and it's in bad taste to actually brag about these things, because all you're proving to all of the men out there is that you're not only damaged goods, you're spoiled as well. And that's only a quality that cats can truly appreciate.
Oh, sunset pictures. This one is going to make me sound so b***y. Shout out to all the dudes who sent me sunset pictures, along with some sappy line that quickly gave me the ick and made me realize I was not feeling a romantic connection or vibe. You guys sent me sunset. I should have laid that out. Probably 4 or 5. Guys love sending pictures of the sunset. Anyways, now we gotta find out, did I find a guy in time for cuffing season? I did! He's so handsome, except for I cut off his head. I'm just gonna leave him anonymous for now. We'll call him Paul, because I think he looks like Paul Bunyan, like the 40-year-old dad version of Paul Bunyan. But yeah, my friend wasn't wrong. Lumbersexual without the plaid, except for I do like the plaid, so my friends don't know everything about me. Also noting that when he sent me a sunset picture, it didn't give me the ick at all, and that's how I knew that he was different and that it was a romantic connection, because a sunset picture from him was super sweet and cute. The and follow to see if we break up. I hope I don't have to make another one of these next year.
Oh yeah, Paul is definitely gonna leave this woman. Who can blame him? She's a single mother with baggage and an open history of exploiting simps. Not only that, there's a very good chance he's gonna see her video and realize that this woman will expose every single detail about their lives, and worse yet, she'll do it in pie chart form. And on top of all of that, Paul is going to be financially responsible for her kids on top of his kids as well, and that's a bum deal if I've ever heard one. If I were Paul, I would burn all of my plaid shirts, shave my epic beard, sneak out of the house while she's binge watching Grey's Anatomy, and move to Alaska to become a bush pilot. Is that a little drastic? Hell, I don't know, maybe, but it's a small price to pay to escape the clutches of a leeching succubus who brings nothing to the table except more mouths to feed and a corporate attitude.
You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle!
Another rejection story. I know you guys love them. This time, rejected by an Android user. Y'all, Android people are wild. I matched with this guy on Hinge and I noticed he had green text, so of course I had to give him a little shit about having an Android.
What?
No, you didn't have to criticize him at all. It's a phone choice and it really doesn't matter. It matters so little that you can't even give a logical explanation as to why your iPhone is better than an Android. Frankly, you have no idea why. You just think it makes you a better person. It's like making fun of a guy for driving a Honda when you drive a Hyundai. You think for some reason that only makes sense in that pathetic excuse for a functioning brain that an iPhone is some sort of a status symbol, but realistically speaking, it's just a device that makes calls, sends texts, takes photos, and plays Candy Crush. Are there differences? Yeah, absolutely. But they're so minor that you either have to be a techie or someone who has way too much time on their hands. And from the looks of it, your cats are probably better hackers than you, but that's only because of their hairballs.
As one of my friends pointed out, this is literally the oldest joke in the book. Oh, you have an Android? It's a red flag, because obviously I have an iPhone. He literally said he didn't want to go out because of the fixation on the difference in our phone types.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you.
I mean, how is that a turnoff? It's literally the oldest joke in the book. How about, sir, it's a turnoff that you do not have a sense of humor and you are so attached to your phone that you can't take the joke. I mean, seriously, y'all, Android people are something else.
You need to face the fact. You're a racist. A racist. You, not me. I'm not the racist.
Of course he rejected you. Why wouldn't he? The rejection wasn't because you had different phones, because most of us don't care about that kind of crap. He rejected you because you passed petty judgment over it and he had better things to do with his time. Do I really need to show you the receipts? Well, fine. Here you go.
Y'all, Android people are wild. I matched with this guy on Hinge and I noticed he had green text, so of course I had to give him a little shit about having an Android.
You were the one who decided to give him crap, and only when he justifiably wanted nothing to do with you, you decided the most reasonable course of action was to try and backtrack and show your text messages to play the victim and say that you were trying to make a funny. But even though, not 45 seconds ago, as we've already seen, you were dead serious about judging this guy over his phone choice. Modern women will look for any excuse they can to judge a man based off superficial reasons and then cry victim when they get rejected, mainly because they would rather have validation from their social media posts than try to live with another human being. I'll tell you, modern women aren't something else, they're just pathetic.
What's your age?
My age 31.
Are you single?
Yeah, so, more or less.
Situationship.
Yeah, situationship. I'm waiting for the guy to say, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend?
So why don't you ask him to be your boyfriend?
Because I'm women. He's not asking me before. I wish his heavy attitude with me.
So it's his job to do that as the man.
Yeah, exactly.
What we are witnessing here is the final stage of events before the implosion of a situationship. A woman, who's about one failure away from slamming face first into the wall, is desperate for Chad to commit to her and is in complete denial over the fact that she doesn't stand a chance in hell. Olga, Chad's not the type of guy to ask you to be his girlfriend. Trust me, if he wanted you, he'd have you. That's how Chad works. But you're giving him easy access to your damaged water slide of crippling depression, so he keeps you around because it's low effort. However, your feelings are reaching critical mass, and eventually, they will become a pain. Chad will eventually ghost you for someone else, because after a while, that juice simply won't be worth the squeezing anymore.
You know that. Of course I do, sir. Everybody knows that. Of course we do, sir!
How long have you been seeing him?
I know he like just a few months ago, but my love for him is very intense.
But have you slept with him already and gone out and stuff?
I punch him, but I think he's likes me. He likes me, but he's love party too. Maybe he's very confused. I think parties never had featuring. Some nights, yeah, you're kind of sleeping together, but it's no every night.
You dumb bastard.
Oh no, he's not confused, Olga. Chad knows exactly what he's doing. He keeps you around because you're unique, exotic, and low effort. But the time of that particular novelty wearing off is quickly approaching, and the more you push him, the sooner he will move on to the next foreign chick, because that's a luxury Chad has and one you simply don't. At no point have you proven you're any more than just a regular bed warmer, so there will come a point where Chad will see you as less fun and more of a pain in the ass. And when that day happens, he'll have no problem kicking you to the curb. And if you're lucky, he'll send you a 2-sentence text message explaining why he's done with you before going off to party with a younger, more attractive woman.
If you're already giving him the benefits of a girlfriend, why would he want to make it official with you and be exclusive?
The benefits for me is respect, and he's be loyal for me and never cheated me. This is number one.
But if you're not together, it's not cheating if he sees another woman.
It's like the same, you know, I don't want to share my cock. I don't want to share my dick with nobody. I'm so sorry.
Ridiculous.
So in other words, nothing. You're offering nothing in return. You completely ignored the question. He asked you why Chad should commit to you, and the only thing you could say is that you would respect him, which means that you do not respect him now. And only after will he commit to you will you show jealousy by demanding loyalty from him. That's simply not how it works. How it works is Chad will eventually leave you, and you'll cry and beg for him to take you back. He'll ignore you, and that'll be followed by 6 months to a year of you incessantly complaining on TikTok. Eventually, you'll get back on the dating apps and find another Chad, and the cycle will continue once again. If you want commitment, then you have to prove that you're worthwhile. It really is that simple. You need to add value onto a man's life, and that needs to be more than just drunken bedroom antics. And you may not want to share Chad's Johnson with other women, but guess what? You already are. And Chad is probably getting better action from better women because, face it, lady, outside of your accent, there is virtually nothing special about you. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. As always, if you find that my particular brand of humor is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thanks again for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.